And then I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Actually, yeah, I'm going to share my screen. It's going to come up as the Zoom entrance, but that's okay. All right. Oop, I need to go all the way back to the beginning. Sorry, I was on the last slide there. Should have planned that a little bit better. Okay. So since we have a guest, we will really quickly go through sort of what makes Pure Haven such an amazing opportunity. First of all, our mission. So we exist to educate people about going non-toxic and how to use safer options. And we didn't create the product to talk about the mission. We created the product because of the mission. So the mission was out there and we needed to find, the company needed to find a way to create safe products so that they could help people who were looking for to switch over to non-toxic. So it wasn't like the products were created first and then we're like, hey, let's attach this to a mission. It was really the other way around. We offer free training. You're on one of our training pieces this evening, but you'll see later in the meeting that we have a whole slew of things throughout the week to help you that are put on by the team. Corporate also does training. So that's amazing. And we help to meet you wherever you are to build your business. Low cost of entry is $35 to join as a consultant. If you want to get detox your day set to get started, that's $100. We always recommend that because you really can't share a product without really using the product. So we always recommend doing that $99 add-on. All products have a 60-day money back empty bottle guarantee. So that is an amazing deal to make sure that you actually fall in love with the products. We offer a 60-day empty bottle guarantee, which is really nice. A lot of companies do not offer that kind of guarantee on their products. So you can use them for 2 months and decide these products aren't for me and send them back. I was talking to a wonderful consultant. Her name is Denise. I don't know if she's popped on yet. She said she was going to be on. She lives out in California. And one of the things that we were talking about, because she wants to really build her business, and she reached out to me and asked me for support. And she said, the more that I learn about expanding my mindset and about going non-toxic and about all of these things, some of my old friendships aren't fitting me anymore. They're not the people that I want to surround myself with anymore. And so we have a like-minded community to support you of people who are all out there trying to get the message out about going non-toxic or low tox. You don't have to be completely non-toxic. I think that's really important to share. Sometimes people hear us talk and they're like, but I like to get my hair dyed or I like to get my nails done. That's okay. We meet you where you're at. This is not, you have to be 100% non-toxic. You're just on a journey like the rest of us. This business offers you time flexibility. You have to work, but you can work on your own hours. And it also affords you the opportunity to earn some extra income. So it's a really nice business. There's people who do this sort of to support their habit and buy products that they love. And share with a few family and friends to help get some free products in their home. And then I've been doing this for 13 years. This is my full-time job. I've made 6 figures doing this for the past 7 years. So this is really maybe more than that. So this is really, it can be very lucrative if you would like to build it. So that's a little bit about the business, how it works, who we are. If you are a guest, we are so happy you're here to check us out tonight. And we invite you to stay for the rest of our meeting and ask any questions that you have. And our meeting is interactive. So please, everybody, please feel free to come off mute, ask questions, interject, pop in the chat and talk. It's great to have everybody on, and I'm going to go ahead and share our next slide. So welcome to our new team members for October. We have Amanda Zarello, who just joined a couple of days ago with Judy. Lewis, who is with Michelle Santamaria, Brett Bain with Amanda Delfusa, Kelly Medeiros joined with Jamie Schwartz. Cherish Walsh was a consultant in the past, had lost her consultant status and decided to re-enroll with Christy Likes. Melissa Bradshaw with Shilamita Cooperstein, Paula Nielsen with Leah Sedgety, and Lee Heckler with Melissa Heyman Shelley. I feel like I forgot somebody in there. Maybe not. If I did, I'm really sorry. Let me know. By the way, going forward, and I called a few of these people, I will be calling everybody who joins. I used to do that. I kind of got out of the habit. Oh, Lisa Main. I was like, oh, I know I missed somebody. Was she in November or I mean, was she in October, Michelle, or was she in September?
She was at the end of September on the
Oh,
28th, but
okay.
I don't think we saw it on the meeting. So,
Okay. Well, I'll make sure to add her in next month as an honorary October. Um,
okay. Yeah.
so yeah, I used to call all of the new consultants who join. I kind of got away from it. I'm going to be sending a welcome text and making a phone call to all of the new consultants who join going forward. So as you're reaching out to people and talking to new potential consultants, just give them a heads up that I'll be calling just to say hi and introduce myself and get them the team meeting information and the information for our team forums. So I don't want you all to be caught unaware that that's happening. All right. Eats and education. I saw Megan very pop on, and I want to thank Megan for, oh, Jenny too. Yeah, Jenny it just joined too. So I welcomed her at the beginning, but I must have forgotten her name on the list. I don't know what happened with my genealogy report. I will blame user error and not the report. I was probably going too fast and did not double check. So welcome, Jenny. We're so happy you're here. All right. So Eats and Education. I want to thank Megan for the name because I was calling them Dine and Learns, and Megan was like, "Oh, I changed the name. I changed it to Eats and Education." I was like, "I love that." So we're gonna call this the Eats and Education series. We're doing one on if you're in Rhode Island, we're doing one locally on November 7th at Black Oak. I am going to be driving down to Gina Badality on October 29th. So next weekend, I'll be heading down her way in my new vehicle. If anybody wants to guess what it is, you can put that in the chat. Some of you may have seen it on Facebook that I'm getting a new car. So if you want to guess that, I'll be taking my new Pure Haven car down to visit Gina in Pennsylvania. Then we're going to do one in Hudson, Mass at the Good Earth Cafe on November 15th. Megan and I are just ironing out the details, and we will have an invitation for that one. And then if you know anybody in Tennessee, Jen and I will be doing one down in Tennessee. I do not have the confirmation yet, but they've told me that that date is open. So I've already booked my plane and booked my rental car. So hopefully the date remains open because that's the date. So hopefully I can get that confirmed and we can get it out there. But I'm really excited about that. Jen, that's a great question. I will put the information into Circle. I don't think I did. It is not a BMW. It is not, it is not a minivan, but it is an SUV. It's a small one. It is not a Tesla. I refuse to go all electric. So for those of you who are new and don't know about the car program with the company, it has to be white, it has to be a luxury model, and it has to be hybrid or electric. And so I am picking up I was supposed to pick up my new car today, but I'm picking it up tomorrow, and there will be a big reveal on Facebook. All right, so how do the Eats and Educates work? You invite people who you think would be a great fit for your team to join hear more about Pure Haven and have dinner. We will provide a dinner. Now for Gina's in Pennsylvania, it's a little bit different because we're doing kind of an afternoon thing. So it's not it's not going to be a dinner, it's going to be more munchies. But for Jen's and Gina's, because really it's just the two of them doing it, this will be a little bit different but for Mass and Rhode Island, this will pretty much be how it works. If you're brand new to the company within your first 2 months, your guests' meals will all be paid for as long as you bring 3 guests. And every consultant who's there, I will pay for your meal as long as you bring 3 guests. Consultants, and then the breakdown for your guests' meals are as stated here. So I'll put all that information in Circle. But essentially you can look. So senior ambassador, if you look down here, a senior ambassador, I expect them to pay 15%. If the cost per meal is $30 and a senior ambassador only brings 2 guests, they're going to be paying, did I get that wrong? I think I got that wrong because no, that's right. No, I got that wrong because they're only bringing 2 guests. So they're going to be paying for their meal and their guests' meals if they only bring 2 guests. I have to update that. If an ambassador brings 5 guests, they're going to be paying $30 because they're just going to be paying for 20% of those meals. So invite like crazy. As long as you bring 3 guests, I'm going to pay for everything. Well, I'm going to pay for your meal and then most of your guests' meals. So you want to invite like crazy. All right. So I'm going to fix that one typo there, and then I'm going to put this up in Circle along with the invitations. Hopefully Jen and I will have confirmation from Bonefish Grill, and Megan and I can get the information in and get the invitation for that as soon as possible. Hopefully Jenny will be joining us and some of our other Mass consultants. If you know people in Pennsylvania or in Tennessee or in Mass or Rhode Island, please feel free to invite them to any of these. That is for you to invite to. So just wanted to make sure that you guys got that information out. Philanthropy ongoing, and I just wanted to welcome on Denise. It's her first meeting as well. She's joining us from California, so welcome Denise. I saw she popped in the chat. Hearts of Hope, we as a team contribute to Hearts of Hope. That is a philanthropy that the company does, but then as consultants, we also do that. So the recommendation is $1 for each order, and we're collecting from June through now. So you can Venmo Michelle any donations that you'd like to make for that and just put Hearts of Hope on it. Michelle, if you can pop your Venmo in the chat for people, that would be great. And maybe we can do another post on it in Circle just so everybody knows where to send money to. We do a check at conference to marry one of our owners for the event. I am going to take a break from talking and ask my my fellow Deodorant Drive friends to pop on and share a little bit more about Deodorant Drive. So whoever would like to come off mute and talk a little bit about Deodorant Drive, Kim, Gina, Megan,
I'll start.
I'd love for you to share. Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Sure. So the month of October obviously is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Our focus is more on prevention because people are aware of breast cancer. So we are trying to get donations to purchase deodorants, and we have a local organization that's going to accept those and distribute them to women going through breast cancer treatment. There is information for you to be able to post and take donations in Circle. $24 will cover the cost of the deodorant, the shipping, and the tax to purchase that deodorant. What happens is they can either Venmo you, pay you, send you the money, and you can purchase the deodorant. Or they can purchase it on their own and send it directly to Beth or to you if you're local. For me, I'm local, I live down the street. So my donations are coming to me. And luckily for us this month, if a deodorant is purchased, corporate is also donating a deodorant to women that are have been involved in domestic violence. I want to Turning Point, I believe, is the name of the place that the deodorants are going to. And last year, Miranda did do something with donations going to Turning Point. So for us, this is great because one purchase of deodorant now actually is giving a donation of 2. So they're almost like meeting ours, which is nice. Our goal for our team is 500 deodorants. We are, I believe, just over 200 deodorants at this point, unless
We're
that
at 221 now, because Leslie just put in the chat that she had 2 more come in. So,
nice.
yeah,
So if you have donations and you haven't updated your amount, you can do so. There's a little blurb there that shows where we are with our deodorants. Like I said, our goal is 500. You can also purchase a t-shirt, and that's the logo that's there. Awareness is knowledge, prevention is power. You can other people can purchase them. It doesn't have to be a consultant to purchase the t-shirt, and the information is all in there. There is a Google form for purchasing t-shirts, which are being ordered through somebody I have a connection with. There is a slight shipping fee if you're not local for the t-shirts, but you can order them in bulk. So if you are a consultant and you're getting one and some of your customers or family or friends also want to purchase them, I can tell you that if it's 1, the shipping fee is $5, 2 is $8, and the amount per shirt will decrease depending on the number of shirts that you're ordering all at once. When you fill that out, you can reach out to me. The forms go directly to me, but you can also message me and I can get you an exact amount of what the shipping would be for that. Did I leave anything out?
I don't think so. Megan, Gina, did you have anything to add?
Yeah,
that's it.
I did a skills training last week on
Yes.
deodorants. Actually, Paula showed up and had a lot of questions at the end. So it does go like a long time. So if you have any questions, I think I answered just about any possible confusion, question, clear up that you can have in there. So go ahead and watch that if you're still a little fuzzy on what to do.
Actually, I want to add also, I got a great question today from Anna Treffel. For those of you who don't know Anna, she's a leader down in New Jersey, and she's on our team. And she was asking me about baking soda or non-baking soda. And she said she thought she heard that baking soda wasn't good when people were going through cancer chemotherapy. And I turned to Google, and it said that baking soda, because it actually helps change your pH to make it more alkaline, it actually is it's not detrimental, and it might be beneficial, was sort of what all the studies were saying. So either baking soda or non-baking soda, whichever one you want to order is fine, because I did get some questions on that. So I wanted to make sure I addressed that. So I know Megan's going to throw a couple more power hours on Friday, but this is our calendar for the week. So for those of you who are new or also just maybe have been a little out of touch and don't know what's going on with the team, we do a calendar control meeting every Sunday night at 7. That's really to schedule out your week. So if you want to hop on about an hour early before the meeting, I will be on and just blocking time for the week. We have our weekly team meeting. These power hours, literally we hop on, we chat for a few minutes just to get into the right mindset before working. And it's all about a celebration or something that's going well in your business and what your plan is for that hour. At the end, we come back and just share our results. So it's some accountability. I love this format. So definitely utilize those. Mindset Monday is talking about getting into the right mindset to do your business. Actually, Judy, I know I saw Judy on. Judy, can you come off mute? Yep. So Judy and I were talking earlier today, and I hope you don't mind if I share this a little bit, but Judy did a wonderful pilgrimage recently, and she was saying that her mindset was a little bit off, and she came back to a better mindset. So can you just share a little bit about mindset and what's changed for you?
Oh, sure. Well, I was
I
away for
put her on
about
the spot.
11
I didn't
days.
warn her about this. So,
I was away for about 11 days, and six of those days we walked. And one of those from 12 miles each day to 19 miles each day. And I found myself alone a lot because I chose to be alone. And I think we get away from being alone in silence. And sometimes silence is where we can really get our thoughts together. So I found that when I got back, that I was more open. You know, my faith comes into it, but I was more open to get out of the way and let, you know, for me, God lead me. And it changed a lot for me. So so Beth and I talked about that, and yeah, that was it.
yeah,
you.
thank you. Thank you, Judy. Thanks for, sometimes I'll put you guys on the spot, and Judy is always amazing when I put her on the spot. It's really important to have your mindset right to do your business. And so I'm thankful that you got some clarity while you were sort of in prayer and meditation during your pilgrimage. And so, you know, that Mindset Monday is for us to kind of get our mindset right at the start of the week. And calendar control is to get your calendar set up to be successful at the beginning of the week. So everything is set up to help you be successful. Social media, we're not going to give you any scripting on those social media power hours, but if you hop on and you say, hey, I don't even know what to do, whoever's running it might be you might be able to brainstorm a little bit with them about what to post on social media. For me today, I'll share with you guys, I got the funniest reply I have ever gotten I use a texting service, and I have all of my texts scheduled to go out to customers. So I do a 2 days after they order, I send them a text that says, thank you. 2 weeks after, I send them a text and ask them if they've opened their products and tried their products yet. 2 months after, after that, they start getting other texts, but it's 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months should be sort of your cadence that you get into, 222. So I sent my usual, I have a little image of the earth, and it says, thank you. And it says, your order is not only giving you the peace of mind you deserve, but helping the world be a better place by eliminating toxins in the environment. And it has my website on it. And then underneath it said, hi, Jessica, this is your Pure Haven consultant, Beth Newberry. I'm reaching out to thank you so much for your recent purchase. Pure Haven manufactures the safest products on the planet, bar none. You made an excellent choice in using products that give you complete peace of mind. And somebody replied, and obviously this person, Jessica, ordered from my website. So she put her phone number into my website, and the response was, wrong number. This is a horse stud. Service fees start at $3,000. So I replied, horses love our glass cleaner on their bits. It has peppermint in it. I've also used Master Blaster on grays before shows to get grass stains off. By the way, someone ordered from my site and used your phone number. So I felt like it was a really funny conversation. And obviously I'm going to delete the person from my contacts, but I screenshotted that, crossed off the name, and put it into my stories and said, you know, making lemonade out of lemons and always educating. So, you know, you might get fun ideas for social media if you come onto those. So just kind of a little something I thought I'd share with you guys. Coaching, this is not training, it's coaching. So you hop onto the open coaching hours, and I will be there. Sometimes the Leaders in Action take over for me if I'm not around. But typically I will be there and I will work with you on whatever obstacles you're facing in your business. Team building and brainstorming, usually the person running it will give you some kind of prompt for something that you can brainstorm around. And then skills training this week, we're going to be talking about inviting, just how to invite. It's a skill in our business. It's one of the most important skills you can have. So how to invite people. We'll be talking about that. Qualities of a leader. Jen or Kim, which one of you is covering this one tonight?
I am.
Great.
Jen wasn't feeling well, so I want to make sure
Yeah.
that she was able to rest if she couldn't come on. So
Awesome.
the qualities of a leader are listed there. There are 5 of them, and each week at the team meeting, we pick just one to focus on. Sometimes we pick one and we just explain what it is. Other times we pick one and we give you an assignment or homework, which Beth knows I love to do. I'm not going to do that. I am going to give some suggestions tonight, though, but I'm focusing on vision. So my question for you for vision is, where do you see yourself in 1 year? And then to follow that up, where would you like to see yourself? And what I want you to do is I want you to think about how will you get there, and start now, because whatever you are doing now is not going to show up in your business for at least 3 months. So if you're thinking about where you want to be in 12 months, not only where do you see yourself, but where you want to see yourself, you're going to have to start thinking about what you need to do to get there way ahead of time. And that's basically what I wanted to share.
I love that. Can we go into breakouts for a few minutes, Kim, and
Sure.
have a discussion around that?
Sure.
Awesome. All right. So I'm going to put everybody into breakouts. If you're a guest or this is your first meeting, totally okay. We'll have people who are a little more experienced in there, but I'd love for everybody to just share like one hope for a year from now, where you want to be, either in your business, personal life. The thing I always share about vision, I am a huge person who believes in creating vision, and we do vision boards sometimes. And I've shared this with a lot of the team members. My husband went and bought these 2 architectural prints at a silent auction a while ago, and they're in my dining room, so I see them every single day. They're right next to my bedroom door, and there's one picture, two of the pictures that are hanging there. I like to travel, and I never really thought too much about France, and I was like, whatever, I've been there once before, wasn't particularly enamored of it, but thought, but these pictures were on my wall, and one was of Mont Saint Michel and one was of the Arc de Triomphe, and they were sitting on our wall for several years. And then I realized last summer we went to both Mont Saint Michel and the Arc de Triomphe after seeing these pictures on my wall over and over again. So vision can be a very powerful tool in your life and in your business, and what you surround yourself with is important. So I'm going to actually break us into breakout rooms, and everybody can talk about just one thing that one thing that they'd like to accomplish in the next year, or that they envision for themselves in the next year. I'm going to give us 4 breakout rooms, and here we go.
Oh, and Beth, great.
I'm going to pop in and out, but I just thought I'd
Okay.
pop in and see you guys.
All righty. Okay, I'll go first and I'll be real quick. My vision for next year is to have more relationships, like more purposeful relationships. I am a person who has, like, my brain my brain span is like tunneled. So I really have to be purposeful when I do things, and it has to have some value to it. I like casual conversation, but I'm more of a person I like to go deep. And sometimes that turns people off, but that's who I am. So I would have to say to expand my relationships, and be more purposeful in building relationships. How about you, Jenny? Anything you'd like to add or like to?
Judy, are you taking notes for the group so you can
I am.
report back? I thought you might be.
Mhm. Or anyone?
I do have a hard time right now. I'm having a hard time right now because I feel like, and I was talking to Megan the other day, I feel like as moms we dedicate so much to our children's and our homes and our husbands that we kind of forget where we want to be once they leave, once they graduate, once they get their own life. It's like you feel, and that's why a lot of people talk about the emptiness of their children leaving their house. And that has brought like a lot of thought into my head. So I want to find something that I am passionate about, that I can do and dedicate, that I can call that it's mine. And that's why I'm focusing a lot on this, because I would like to see more faces. I would like to put my interest in like looking something that I really enjoy, and not only that I enjoy doing, but that it actually works. Because I see a lot of people selling a lot of stuff, but it doesn't work. And I have eczema and I have rosacea, and all of the products that I've used with Pure Haven, it has been wonderful. So not only am I selling something that I'm passionate about, it actually works.
Right.
I love that. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing. I like
Yeah.
got goosebumps because
I
I'm in
know.
that same place. My youngest just left to join the military in July. So yeah, it's important. It's important to have something with that once that part of your life is over.
Yes.
Are you okay with us sharing that, or do you want to just keep it with this group?
Oh, I don't mind. Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm sharing for you, are you okay with me saying, find something to call her own and find her passion?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, all right, Louis, you're on.
Yeah, I don't want
like
mine
to.
published. I'd like to be instrumental in bringing about world peace, and I'd like to create an economic revival throughout the world so that people can better be able to buy products such as Pure Haven, and that people could, try to instill the thoughts of instilling in people to live healthy lives and use products on their bodies that are healthy for them. And I have a big family, an extended family, such as a spiritual family that's quite large, which I want to reach out to them and make sure that they're cared for properly.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, wow, okay. All right, so let me know, are you okay with us sharing that with the group? Or do you want to?
Nah, just keep it within this group.
Okay, all right, Louis, it will stay here. Okay, but you spoke it, so it's gonna happen, right?
It's there,
Okay.
yeah. It's an important vision. It's powerful.
Yeah.
You want to revisit that each day to get your mindset, right?
Yeah, for
I've been at
sure.
it for a long time. I could have taken the other road, but I chose this road.
Wonderful. Svet, did you want
I don't
to
think
say any?
that
She's
might
not.
not be there right now. I
Okay.
was just gonna pop in for a second, but I loved what you guys were saying, so I didn't want to leave. I'm gonna go check in on the other groups. I'll
Okay,
see you guys back in the main room. Keep
All right.
talking.
okay, all
Great
righty.
visions, folks.
Okay, All right. You had said something, Louis, about environmental too. Can you just share, like you said something, be instrumental?
Known or I got to know, but I like watching other people do it so I can take that information and add it into what I do for the next time. But Gina's got a big event coming up soon.
Yeah. I've done a couple in the past that have been pretty good and pretty successful. It's a terrible weekend when I picked.
Oh,
Is at least half the people I've asked are either at there are weddings, there are holiday events.
It happens. We'll have a blast no matter who's there. And I always think about Eric. So for those of you who don't know, my mentor, Eric, went to an event where he told the person, get at least 25 people in the room, and there were 2 people there. And one of the people is Tony Zalecki, who's a multi-million-dollar a year earner. So
Wow.
you know what? It's the right people. It doesn't have to be a lot of people. It has to be the big, keep asking, keep inviting.
I
keep
am
going.
I would
Don't get
come and
discouraged.
join you, but I think
I've
you're
got-
too far. I think you're too far, so I don't know.
I've got 5 definites and 5 maybes. Oh, and the other big thing is the election, because I know I have a lot of political friends,
Yeah.
and all of them are door knocking that.
Yeah, that's me.
Meet greets with candidates and all that stuff. One friend is singing in the choir. It's like, oh my God. But we're good. We're still asking.
Keep going, keep going. You're doing awesome. Hey, everybody. How did the breakouts go?
That was
Okay.
fun.
Good, 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 good. Let's see if everybody else is going to come back and join us soon.
I didn't take notes. Oh, no.
What?
I was
You
too
always
busy
take
chatting.
notes.
I always take notes, but this was a little bit different.
Yeah, yeah. I was in 2 different rooms and it was great conversations. There were great
It was,
conversations going
yeah.
on. Oh my gosh, amazing conversations going on. Did everybody get something out of that time thinking about vision?
Yeah.
Good, good. Expand on it, go do some journaling later. And if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, other people had this amazing vision, and I don't know what my vision is, or you feel like your vision isn't quite solidified yet, that's okay. Like it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be a little seed of something started in your head that can turn into a beautiful vision. So would any of the rooms like to share what they talked about? Does anybody have anything that popped out to them that they'd like to share? I know Judy was taking notes.
I'll
Kim
go.
wasn't taking notes, which never happens.
It was a pretty sensitive topic, for some of us. But Jenny and I did share, and my sharing was, I want to be more purposeful in my relationships for the next year. I was sharing, I like casual conversations, but there's something about a relationship that has value and that has depth to it. And I think that having these relationships with Pure Haven and changing lives leads to those purposeful relationships. And then you can have the casual, kind of like coffee shop things, but
Yeah.
that was mine. Jenny was great. Jenny said she wants to find something to call her own and find her passion. So that's what, her mindset, if I'm saying it correctly, Jenny, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that sets a beautiful tone for the rest of the year for her mindset too.
Absolutely. Anybody else like to share?
I can say in our room, we talked about getting on track, starting a part-time business, maybe not necessarily a full-time business. And then I shared how Right now I have a full-time job and a part-time job that are not Pure Haven. But that Pure Haven is my path, and my vision for the next year is to make sure that I'm being purposeful and setting things up for that path.
Yeah, I love that. Um, oh, Jen said she'll have a solid group of friends or
Yay,
groups
Jen.
here in Tennessee, networking. I love that. Jen did an amazing job at building community when she was living in Connecticut. She had like a non-toxic learning group. And so I have no doubt she'll do an amazing job at that. Anybody else want to share before we move on to our next thing? All right, so Gina usually gives us the thing that we go into breakout rooms for. So I don't know if she has anything she wanted to share tonight, or if she, because I didn't get anything ahead of time. It's okay if you didn't. That's all right. We did so much on this tonight. I think we're good. So we'll go ahead and don't apologize. We'll go ahead and I just didn't want to miss you if you had something. All right. So next I'm going to have Kim, I believe, go ahead and share everything that Pure Haven is doing this month, which is a lot. I should set a timer and see if you could do it in a minute.
Okay. All right. I'm going to start with consultants then. So consultants, if you join for $35, reach $300 in personal sales within October, and then book a gathering between October 1st and November 15th, which personal sales, I believe, have to be an eligible party. You get a $99 for free, a $99 non-tox My Day pack plus 5 bonus products for free. Also, as a consultant, if you order $150 wholesale orders, you get free shipping, which we normally do not get. So that's an amazing deal. And then I have to see which way you're going next. Customer, PC. Okay. Oh, host. All right. If you see that you have to wonder. If you book a gathering, your host, if their party reaches $600 in sales, they have the choice of getting a 3-piece I Can't Believe It's Not Botox set for $41.95, which is a $181.85 value, or they can choose the 5-piece in the bag makeup set for $44.95, which has a $191.70 value. So those are both amazing. However, if their party reaches $1,000 in sales, they can purchase a 7-piece skincare bundle with the skincare bag for $69.95, which is amazing because that set is a $299 value. All right, where are we going next? Let's see. Now,
It's not. There we go. It wasn't moving.
Okay, so preferred customers can purchase the Pure Joy Rollerball, which is brand new for $19.96, which is a 20% discount if they have a $70 purchase. The rollerballs have been very, very popular. This is actually the 3rd scent that has come out. And then we must be going to customers. Perfect. Customers, each month, if a customer purchases $95 or more, they get a special. And this month it is a free headache stick, which if you are like me, this is that time when allergies are starting to come out and I get sinus headaches, which I love the headache stick. Not only do I put it across my forehead, but I try to rub it on the side of my nose, under my eyes, because it just opens up my sinuses and brings me a lot of relief. And this month, if you have a first-time customer that purchases $95 or more, they actually get a $25 gift card to use at a future date, which must be bringing us, I think that might be it. Oh, new products. So for the month of October, our new products were the Pure Joy Firming Body Oil. We've had other firming body oils. I love them. They are going to totally hydrate your skin and make it so soft. Plus, they have an amazing scent. We have the Pure Joy Rollerball, which just came out, which is that PC special. And they have continued this month with the Honey and Fig scent pack. You can buy it as a scent, or you can buy the products individually. There is a hair gel, a shampoo, and a hair mask. And I can tell you that the hair mask is amazing because I have used it and I have super thick curly hair. So it's nice. The essential oils are also offered right now, but they are while supplies last. And I did not write down the cents, but Beth usually can shout them out if you need to know, or you can look those up. And then we have holiday specials, which must be
were you asking about the essential oils?
cents. I didn't write down the cents and the
Sweet
Christmas
orange,
oil.
eucalyptus, tea tree, and peppermint.
Perfect.
Oh, peppermint.
All right. And holiday products, which just released, which are always popular and will sell out. So make sure you are reaching out to people. So on here, we are looking at our gift sets. So there are 3 that will come out: Pure Happiness gift set, the Pure Sunshine gift set, and the Pure Joy gift set. They each come with a candle, a rollerball, and a body firming oil, which is amazing.
I'm so excited about those candles.
Right? You can only get those candles as part of the set unless you
Yep.
are purchasing the Candy Cane candle. It is the only one that will be sold individually. Here's our holiday product Candy Cane set, which has Candy Cane hand soap, Candy Cane body wash, which is brand new, I will add, because I have friends that used to love, love, love the peppermint bar soap, which they no longer carry. So I will be reaching out to them about the body wash. The Candy Cane Sugar Body Scrub, Candy Cane Hand and Body Lotion, and the Candy Cane Candle. The body products, I will tell you, they are peppermint vanilla. So people that might be like, oh, just like thinking that just the Candy Cane scent, it's got a nice vanilla scent added to it. So people love, love, love it. Those are sold individually in a set, or there are like 2-piece packs too. So take a look at all the different options. I actually had somebody looking for a donation for a Christmas bazaar for volunteers at an animal shelter, and I did the 2-piece sets for them to send to them because
Nice.
yeah, so always popular. And I think that might-
I will say I have people who wait every year for this candy cane stuff to come out because it's just so yummy. And as soon as it comes out, they're like ready to jump on it and order. So definitely get this out to your customers. It's always a big hit. All right, Atomic Habits. It's time for our book club. Even if you haven't read the book, feel free to join in on the discussion. And we are on chapter 5. So I usually give my breakdown of all of my notes, but before I do, who would like to, has anybody else read chapter 5? I know Jen was asking, Gina read it. Jen was asking me which chapter today, so I know hopefully she was reading it. So Gina, do you have any takeaways from this chapter?
Yeah, so this was about habit stacking. Or at least some of it was about habit stacking. So it's kind of making your cues your new habit, making it easier. And one of the things you can do, which I guess I unintentionally, unwittingly did this in the past, is you take a habit you have and you attach another habit to it. So for example, I am a coffee drinker. So when I wake up, the very first thing I do, I may wash my face first and I may say my prayers first, but I will definitely make my coffee right away. And so what I try to do is last couple of months, drink a glass of water first. And I went to a class recently and they taught me you need to drink warm water. So now what I'm doing is I'm boiling my water for my French press and then scooping out a little bit because it's always super cold, my water. So I'm putting that together. So I know that when I make coffee, because I use a French press and I'm boiling it, when it's just a little warm, I can take some out and that's my water drinking. So that those two are irrevocably linked until the day I stop drinking coffee.
Love it. Yeah, I love the whole thing about cues. Did you have any other takeaways from this chapter, Gina, or does anybody else have any takeaways?
That was really the big one for me.
Okay. I am going to share my notes. They started by talking about The very first piece was a study that was done on weight loss, the very first part of the chapter. And basically they were doing a weight loss study on people who were given, so the first group was the control group. All they had to do was log when they exercised. And the second group was given all kinds of motivation about why it was so important for them to lose weight, like how it could lead to better cardiovascular health and just sort of all kinds of stuff, right? So they were given all this information to motivate them. The third group was given the same stuff as the second group, but then they were also told, you need to set a plan. So we want you to tell us exactly like when you're going to exercise, what day, what time, like all the information about when you're going to exercise. So can anybody take a guess as to what percentage of people in groups 1, 2, and 3 exercised? So how many of you think, so somebody type into the chat, like what percentage do you think the first group what percentage of the people do you think exercised in the first group? The ones that were just the control group who just had to log when they exercised? 20%. Good guess. Jen said 35. Michelle said 40. Jen cheated because she read the book. So it was like 35 to 38. What about the second group, the ones who got the information? What percentage do you think of those exercised? Okay, Michelle thinks it went up to 55. Diane thinks group 3 did better. Judy said 50%. Yeah, good guesses. Jen said 38%. Again, she cheated because she read the book. So so groups 1 and 2 were pretty much the same, 35 to 38%. What about group 3? What do we think happened with group 3? And Jen, wait until the end.
Those are the ones that needed the plan, right?
Yep, they needed
Okay.
to set an intention, and it's called a I'll tell you what it's called, an implementation intention. I don't see any numbers going in the chat.
Oh, I put
Oh,
one in.
Judy said 80, Michelle said 50. Anybody
What's
else?
the answer, Jen?
Kim said 85. All right, Jen, what's the answer? 91%. So groups 1 and 2 were pretty equal. And then the ones who set an intention that they wrote down were 91%. Crazy, right? That was huge. So when we look at our calendar, that calendar control is your implementation intention time. The most important part of your week is at 7 o'clock on Sunday nights, and it leads right into this team meeting. So, get on and plan out your week, because that is your implementation intention time. And I might actually change the name of it on our calendar to implementation intention instead of calendar control. Time, location, and the most common and so important. Yeah. Okay. So they also talked about voter turnout increasing when people are asked, and maybe Gina, you can share these hacks with your friends who are out door knocking, when people, only to the people that they want to come out and vote, not the other ones. So voter turnout actually increases when people are asked questions like, what route are you taking to get to the polling place? And what time are you planning to go? People actually increases voter turnout. So so Jen said many people think that this is a quote from the book, many people think that they lack motivation when really what they lack is clarity. They don't have a plan. So I also loved the whole I don't know if, I know Jen's not feeling well, so I won't ask her if she remembers it, but, Gina, did you remember the part about Diderot's robe? Maybe not.
What? Diderot row?
Yeah. So there,
I read
there's
these
a,
early.
Jen does. Yeah, so there was a famous writer. He wrote a set of encyclopedias and he was trying to make enough money to pay for his daughter's wedding. And the I think it was the Queen gave him like what would today be the equivalent of $150,000. And so he was able to pay for his daughter's wedding, but he also bought himself this super opulent robe that the fact that he bought the robe, he started looking around at everything else he owned. And it was like, he realized like, oh, well, I bought this beautiful new robe and nothing else fits the robe, right? Like this beautiful new robe that I'm wearing, everything around it looks shabby. So I need to like get a nicer house. And it triggered him doing other things. So he would go and change things all around the house to make everything else nicer. So think about that. It's the cue, right? You have that cue that affects the change. So it was kind of a cool chapter. So how do we create the right cues? Because you can think of a cue, but it may be the wrong cue. So one of the examples that they gave was, what if you're trying to meditate every day, but you have an insane morning routine and you decide, I'm going to meditate every morning. And if you're in my house, you have dogs barking. I don't have this anymore, but let's say it was 10 years ago. Dogs barking, trying to get the kids on the school bus, like all kinds of stuff going on. It's really not the right time to meditate. So what if I set my cue to be, oh, I'm going to get up and press the on button on my coffee maker, like Gina mentioned, right? That being a cue. And then I'm going to go sit down and meditate for 2 minutes. But my kids are running in and going, Mom, I need a costume because it's school spirit week. And I didn't tell you until just now, but I need to dress up as Harry Potter today. And Mom, I don't like a banana and you put a banana in my lunch. And Mom, so if that were my cue and I were going through that in my life, that would be the wrong cue. So you want to make sure that you're choosing the right cue. So Jen is talking about washing hands leads to looking at the dirty towel and then do the laundry and then you need detergent and go on the shopping list and so on. So yeah, you can create cues back to back to back that all lead into each other. And that's the idea. I loved that he talked about brainstorm all of your current habits. So throughout the day, the things that you do that are habitual, brushing your teeth, starting the coffee maker, taking the dog for a walk. That's okay. Bye, Lewis. Thanks for coming. So we're almost done. This is our last segment of the evening. Yeah, so all those things that you do every day, write them down that are habitual that you do every day. And then write down all the things that happen to you without fail every day. Right? So one of the things is I get a text. I get at least one text message every day. What if every time I looked to see if I got a text message, I triggered a good habit? What if every time I looked to see if I got a text message, I reached out to a lead? What would my business look like after a few months, right? If I go, oh, every time I get a text message, I'm going to reach out to a new lead and invite them to something. So think about that. And then also remember frequency. What if I decided that every time I got a text message, I was going to stop everything I was doing and go to the gym and work out? That would be too much. But what if I said every day I'm going to You know, after I take the dogs for a walk, I'm gonna walk around the block one time. One extra time, whatever, you know. My dogs actually go out in the backyard and play, so like if I go out in the backyard with them and throw the ball around and then I went for a walk, that would be great. That would definitely get my steps up. So yeah, it's little pivots to change your habits. So definitely pick up the book. We'll do chapter 6 next week. So please read chapter 6 for next week. And I'm gonna stop the recording. I want to thank Lily so much for joining.